Attention passionate Dallas, Cowboys. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Dallas Cowboys' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Dallas Cowboys fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Dallas, COWBOYSFANS. Let's get to the news now, folks. Let's talk about something that's been heating up behind the scenes. And honestly, it could be one of the most significant moves the Cowboys have considered in recent years. Rumors are swirling around a potential blockbuster trade involving Penei Sewell, the elite offensive tackle from the Detroit Lions, and it's creating quite a buzz among fans and analysts alike. This isn't just some idle speculation. Sources close to the situation suggest that the Cowboys are actively exploring the possibility of acquiring Sewell, and it could fundamentally reshape the offensive line for Dallas, especially on the right side. And make no mistake, this move, if it happens, would be a game changer, not just for the Cowboys' 2025 season, but for their Super Bowl aspirations in the coming years. Let's dive into why this is such a big deal. First, you have to understand who Penei Sewell is. We're talking about a guy who's been nothing short of spectacular since entering the league in 2021. His profile is out of this world: top-tier pass blocking, 0 sacks allowed in 14 games this season, and a pass blocking grade of 93, 4 from PFF, which ranks as the best in the league. That kind of consistency is rare, especially for a player still in his prime. Sewell's ability to anchor against the league's best pass rushers, combined with his run-blocking prowess, makes him one of the most complete offensive tackles in the game right now. He's also been remarkably durable, with no injuries in 2025, and his career stats include just 8 sacks allowed total, an incredible feat for an offensive lineman. What makes this situation even more intriguing is the context of the Detroit Lions' current roster and cap situation. With the Lions sitting at 9-5 and still vying for a playoff spot, they're in a tricky spot financially, spending roughly $13 million over the cap, according to SpotTrack. That's not sustainable long-term, especially with the Lions wanting to extend key players like St. Brown and build around their defense. The team is also managing the aftermath of Jared Goff's big contract and their young, talented roster. Detroit is a team that's in win-now mode, but has to make some tough decisions. Rumors suggest they're willing to listen to offers, particularly for Sewell, because they're prioritizing cap space and roster flexibility. Now, why would the Cowboys be interested? Well, for starters, they're looking for stability and elite talent on the offensive line. With Tyron Smith's health still uncertain and some recent struggles along the line, bolstering the right side with a player like Sewell would be a massive upgrade. Sewell's presence would solidify Dallas's protection, especially for quarterback Dak Prescott, who's been under pressure more often than fans would like this season. His ability to block effectively against the league's top edge rushers would give Dak more time, improve the run game, and open up more deep passing opportunities. Remember, the Cowboys are averaging around 4.7 yards per carry, which is solid but could be even better with Sewell anchoring the line. You have to consider the impact on Dallas's run game. Sewell's elite blocking has led to an 86% win rate versus edge rushers, and his ability to sustain blocks allows running backs like Tony Pollard to find more gaps. His presence would drastically reduce the pressure on the interior line and make Dallas's offense more unpredictable and explosive. And let's not forget, the Cowboys are at a crucial point in the season. At 8-6, they're in the thick of the playoff hunt, but every game counts. Improving the offensive line now could be the difference maker in tight postseason matchups, especially against division rivals like the Eagles and Commanders, who boast some of the league's best defensive fronts. Looking deeper into Sewell's impressive profile, his 2025 season performance is nothing short of stellar. A pass-blocking grade of 93, 0 sacks allowed in 14 games, and an 86% win rate against edge rushers are elite numbers. His career stats include just 8 sacks allowed over 3 seasons, and his EPA per block is +0. 15, putting him among the very best in the league. Watching his game against the Texans in Week 10 was a masterclass, 0 pressures in 38 snaps, creating 162 rushing yards, and his runs averaging 3-4 yards after contact. Sewell is a powerhouse, a true mauler, reminiscent of some of the best tackles in league history. The Lions' reasoning for potentially parting ways with Sewell is rooted in their current cap crunch. They're about $13 million over the cap, which forces tough decisions. Detroit wants to keep their core intact, but also needs to manage their financial flexibility to extend players like St. Brown and bolster their defense, especially now that they're healthy on the defensive line with Decker returning. Reports from insiders like Diana Rossini indicate that Detroit might be willing to trade Sewell for a high draft pick, possibly a first-rounder in 2026, to help with their cap situation and future rebuild plans. It's a move that's driven by necessity, but also reflects how highly Sewell is valued across the league. Now, let's talk about what this could mean for the Cowboys if they pull it off. First, Sewell would immediately upgrade the right tackle position, which has been a bit of a weak spot at times this season. His addition would lead to a 27% reduction in sacks allowed, going from about 2.9 sacks per game to roughly 2.1, according to PFF. That's a huge step forward in protecting Dak Prescott, giving him more time in the pocket and reducing the risk of costly sacks or turnovers. It would also elevate the run game, boosting the yards per carry to around 4.7, giving Pollard and the rushing attack even more balance and explosiveness. With Sewell anchoring the right side, the Cowboys could see a significant improvement in their offensive efficiency, projected to increase by around 21% in EPA, an important stat for sustained success in the postseason. This upgrade would be especially crucial against top defenses like the Eagles' front, which ranks in the top 8 in pass rush and run defense. Sewell's mobility and technical skill would also enhance Dallas's play-action game, giving Dak more time to find open receivers downfield, something that has been a bit inconsistent this season. His ability to pull and create running lanes would complement Pollard's style perfectly, making the Cowboys' offense more dynamic and unpredictable. Looking at the bigger picture, if Dallas manages to land Sewell, it could be a move that sets them up for a deep playoff run and potentially a Super Bowl appearance. FanDuel's odds for the Cowboys to win Super Bowl LX have already shifted. They're now at plus 1,300, up from plus 2,500 earlier this season. That's a clear sign that the betting world sees Sewell's addition as a serious X-factor, especially as the playoffs approach. Protecting the playoffs against teams like the Commanders with their sack artist Payne becomes even more critical. Sewell would serve as a shield, much like Trent Williams did for the 49ers in their postseason push, boosting protection rates and giving Dallas a better shot at reaching the Super Bowl. In conclusion, this trade, if it materializes, would be nothing short of legendary for the Cowboys. It would solidify their offensive line for years to come, giving Dak Prescott the protection he needs to be his best, and creating a more balanced, powerful offense that can contend with the best in the league. Sure, Detroit's cap situation makes this a challenging deal, but the potential payoff for Dallas is enormous. It's a move that screams championship, a move that could finally propel the Cowboys to their long-awaited 6th ring, and a move that would send shockwaves through the NFC East. And now, Dallas Cowboys fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Dallas Cowboys. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Dallas Cowboys news.